Hi, and welcome to the Let's Do Video Podcast. My name is David Maldo, and today I want to share a quick look and listen to the Logitech Zone headsets. The Logitech Zone headset is available wired or in the wireless version, which I'm wearing and you're hearing now. The wireless zones have been out for about a year now, and Logitech just recently released the wired versions due to customer demand. The new wired version is a little bit more affordable for those who don't need the convenience of wireless, and some customers just prefer wired headsets. The wired and wireless zone is essentially the same headset, so this review will apply to both. Now, while you can use the zones for any typical headset use, they're clearly designed for business meetings. They intended these to be used for people who are sitting on video calls all day. The first hint is looking at the design. They're really light. Now, nobody really complains about heavy headsets, but they can be cumbersome, and if you're going to be making calls all day, as opposed to sitting on the couch and watching a movie, you might want a lighter headset. Also, the design of the earpieces themselves seem ideal for wearing all day. They're not the in-the-ear design that some people get annoyed by, but they're also not completely over the ear. They just rest on your ears, and they're pretty comfortable. I've seen some other reviewers say that they feel like it's a little bit too loose, like it's not really holding on to them. I don't really feel that, but even if that was true, that kind of makes sense if you're going to be wearing it all day. It's not for headbanging, it's for sitting up at your desk and making business calls. So I don't want it to be too restrictive. I want it to be comfortable. Another thing that indicates to me that this is for business use is that there's only really a few buttons. There's the power button, there's a button for active noise canceling, which we'll discuss in a minute, and there's the buttons to start a call and change the volume. This isn't for audiophiles looking for millions and millions of options. This is for people who are going to be making calls all day and want to keep it simple. I also like how you can adjust it. Some of these things, when you slide them, they kind of click into certain places. This slides smoothly, so you could put it wherever you want. And the last thing on the physical device itself, before we get into the features, is that the microphone can be used as a mute. When you turn it up, and now you can hear me again. With the headset, I got a wireless charger. It just sits on the wireless charger with the cable, which is pretty cool. And a nice travel bag for the headset. And one thing to note, it has a pouch for the USB dongle that comes with it. Now that should be noted because obviously this is a Bluetooth headset. It works great with your phone or any Bluetooth device, but PCs generally don't work that well. So this comes with its own dongle so that it'll talk nicely to your PC. And of course with the wired version, it's just not an issue. The best way to show you the features is probably to show you the app. It comes with a desktop and mobile app. When you first download it, you see this interface, which is instructions for how to install the headset in Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet. I told you they're really intending this to be used for video calls, for business meetings. The next thing is the app itself. Let's take a closer look. And the first thing is side tone. What that is, that varies the strength of the active noise canceling. So the more you shift this up, the more I can hear my own voice and the noise of my room. So if it was in an environment where I was working, but I wanted to hear the people around me, I would put this higher. And when I set it to 0, I really can't hear much around me. It does a pretty good job of canceling all the noise. You could also set your mic level, make myself lower or louder. There's an equalizer that I haven't played with yet, but it looks like there's just a few different settings. Also in the settings, you can turn off the voice prompts, turn off if you don't want this to mute when you lift it up, and other settings that you would expect. But basically pretty easy stuff. You don't have to be an expert to get this headset working for you. So the last thing we have to discuss about these headsets are the certifications. Now obviously these are USB, Bluetooth headsets. They're going to work with everything. But the Logitech team has been actively seeking out certifications with the big players in the space. And they vary based on the wired and the wireless, the levels of certifications. But the point is that they're working with all these companies. And what that means is it's not just that it's going to work in the way their customers expect them to work as these certifications grow. For example, I believe with Microsoft Teams, there's actually a Microsoft Teams button that will start a Microsoft Teams call. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this quick look and listen at the Logitech Zone headsets. You can learn more at logitech.com, and if you enjoyed this content, you could find more at letsdovideo.com.